Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Mississippi State's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football. But we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Looking downfield, it's Vaughn. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So Tennessee's offense will go to work for the first time. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have 2 guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got 2 very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are 2 of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
The Vols, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Leaves it with the back. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
4th down and short, and where do they put the ball? In the hands of their quarterback. This guy is so good. They trust him. He runs the option and keeps it himself and gets just enough for the first down.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space.
And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a 3rd down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced a big interception.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Scanning the field, it's Vaughn. Wide open downfield. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl route.
The Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They'll move the wide receiver. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Vols will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Got his man downfield. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Brings up 2nd down. And the Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Give to the back. And And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged out, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Wants to throw. It's Vaughn. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. Mississippi State right back to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
From the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Off play action. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And these offenses, man, they've been struggling, and you've been waiting. Who's going to make the big play? They finally break through. They make the big explosive play, and maybe this is what they needed to get this offense rolling.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Arizona State is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Sun Devil Stadium, but despite the forks up right now, this one is tight. They're up by 4 over Houston. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield. It's Barker. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires on the move. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
They'll get this drive started from the 29. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, and still got him on the turf. Keeps it on the bootleg. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Vaughn. Under fire. Looking for a big gain. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
First play of the drive comes from the 41. Takes the handoff. It's Chubb. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Volunteers will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down. And they can't make the connection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Rush is on him. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground, their third sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the run, it's Chop. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. 4 wide out set, 2 by 2 on 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Throws to the wide out. Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Well, it's a nice job tackling that defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that third down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Volunteers will snap it on 1st and 10. We'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on first down. Showing the arm strength to the left. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Extending the play. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic.
Oh, he's got enough space. Kangaroos his way. He steps out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll try to finish it with a score from there.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown ball.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Davis-Wade Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The sure hands, it's Barker. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Grab behind the line. It's Cheek. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Gonna run it. It's Chubb. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. Catch in the middle, it's Cheek. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Vols send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Pulls and fires complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Mississippi State going up-tempo.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job in that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Here's a heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him, and sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. From the gun, running back on the move. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
On the run, it's Chop. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
The give to the tailback. Across the 25. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. You count up those explosive plays in the game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the 2nd level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
With the run on 1st and goal. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. He'll keep it himself. Touchdown, Volunteers! And that one will give him the lead.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
On target. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Mississippi State right back to the line. To the air. It's Vaughn. Uncorks one. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Looking for space. It's Butler. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. He's going up top. And the shot play downfield falls harmlessly to the turf, and we've played 3 quarters. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping into the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Plows through the defense. He's going to come up about 5 yards short on the line to gain.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
And the Vols will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 5th kick of the night. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. To the air, it's Vaughn. Unloads to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to...
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory. Turning it on! He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those time.
Throws toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go?
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and ensure the game trailing late if they're going to win.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Arizona State is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Sun Devil Stadium, but despite the forks up right now, this one is tight. They're up by 7 over Houston. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake on 1st down. To throw. He lobs one high down the left side. Fires and picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Got it. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on 1st down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Got it behind the line. It's Moses. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds.
And the nice thing about late in the football game, when you have the lead, you kind of know the defense will get aggressive. You might get some man coverage. They get it to their receiver out wide. I love the run after the catch. He's got such playmaking ability. That's a big first down for this offense.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Volunteers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. And the offense went right back to their man, and this time the defense was ready to stop him. Couldn't get any closer on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 9. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
So now on comes the field goal unit. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. The field goal is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game. It's still a 14-point lead, guys. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to pass. It's Vaughn. Back open in the middle. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense ending this ball game. Don't give them any life. Great job forcing the fumble. You already got the lead. You take the ball back with a little bit of time. Nail meet coffin.
And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook, the old kneel down from victory formation. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.